These are simple ways where we can really help ourselves. Talk to a baby or also give him her a hug. It not only gives a child a sense of acceptance, but also gives us a joy of relating to someone tenderly. Now, oftentimes as we grow older, we lose the tender feelings. We become rough because of life situations. We need to get back those tender, soft, sensitive feelings. Every day spend 10 minutes with children below 6 or people above 60. Children below 6, you can easily take them for surprise. You can show them some magic like that and sing a rhyme, things like that. You can take them by surprise. Similarly, elderly people also, you show them your gadgets, maybe the mobile or the laptop or the tablet. They'll be wondering, oh, like this, like this. So you can easily take them, these two groups, by surprise. Below 6 and above 60. Maybe in Canada the lifespan is more. Maybe you can put it above 70 maybe. But in between the group, very dangerous. You have to be careful. Between 6 and 60. Okay. So we need to spend a lot of time with these two groups. That will give us a great relief to our stress. And then secondly, learn effective time management. This is very important, especially for our youngsters, boys and girls, students, of course for our elders also in many ways. Because sticking to a normal daily routine as far as possible, when there is too much of changes and erratic behavior, erratic pattern, it's very difficult to get a pattern, this time management. Limiting additional responsibilities. Learning to say no. Saying yes to everyone and everything is actually saying no to everyone. Okay, so we need to know what is our capacity, what's the time availability, what is my physical condition, etc. Daily checklist of things must be categorized into must do things, should do, and could do, and things in order of their importance. We know all things are important, but which are the most important things? We need to have the sense of priority. The next slide will help. To do is to make a to-do list. What I should do, I must make a to-do list first. Urgent things are those which must be done immediately. They are the urgent. In terms of importance and urgency, we can make a chart like this. Now, high urgency and low urgency, high importance and low importance. We can have 4 categories. 1, urgent and important. Do it now. For instance, a toothache or heart problem. Now we cannot postpone. Second category would be important but not urgent. Important but not urgent. For instance, wash my clothes. It's important to wash but not urgent. Maybe I can decide when to do it. Third one, not important or not urgent, dump it. Don't do that. And fourth one, urgent and not important, we can delegate it to somebody. So like this, we can have a little diagram, little understanding of our own priorities. Perhaps that will help us in our time management. Yes? Brushing late hours. Unfortunately, our clocks are not made like this. Okay? Up to 10 hours you relax, and last 7, 8, 9, 10 hours we are rushing. But clocks are equally spaced out. Yeah. The research shows that effective time management seems to lower academic stress in the students. Time management in conjunction with leisure activities may be an effective strategy for reducing academic stress in college students. In fact, time management in itself is a big topic. I have taken sessions for the college students. Anyway, this is a part of our stress management, so we are not spending too much time on that. Yes. Some health tips. Something is missing in between. Yeah. Just before. The third one would be having a good diet and healthy eating habits. Before that, eating. That's the third tips. Having a good diet. What we are eating is very important. Taking grains and fibers, fruits, vegetables. Avoiding excessive sugar, fatty foods, caffeine and alcohol. Today we end up eating a lot of junk food. And physical exercises for at least 30 minutes. It relieves stress, boosts energy levels, aids sleep and improves mood. It's good for the heart, lungs and mind. Now you can go to the next slide. You can jump. For instance, one of the tips would be when we sit, crossing the legs. Crossing at the knee is not good, they say, because that can lead to varicose veins. It will affect the blood flow. Crossing at the ankles is better. Alright? Good. Next. When we sleep, do we sleep at the left side or right side? Left side is our heart. So when we sleep on the left side, it puts excess burden on the heart, it seems. So it's better to sleep right side, so heart is not under pressure. Once in a while it's okay for some time, but the doctor suggests it's better to sleep on the right side. All our hearts are on the left side. But 1 in a million cases, the child can be born with the heart on the right side. In our place, our neighbors, actually the child was born with the heart right side. Only after the 3rd day, 4th day, they realized. And the parents were really worried, but the doctor said there is no problem. It's like a mirror image. Whatever is supposed to be on the left side is on the right, and vice versa. The child is now 10, 12 years old boy, is doing perfectly well, very intelligent, very active. But only thing, he has to keep a slip note in his pocket maybe. My heart is on the right side. Maybe at the time of emergency, they will be pressing on the wrong side. Our heart will be blinking this side. So only that is the problem. Otherwise, it's on the left. So this is another tip to keep good health. Yes. And then again, this is very essential for our ladies, wearing high heels. Now I always wonder, why to project ourselves to be taller than what God has made us to be? Right? By standing like this, what we are achieving? Okay, a lot of problems come up in life, right? And when you are in the elevator, you can easily sleep, and so many things. Now you must have seen. And most importantly, it gives excess unnecessary pressure in the ankles, the ball of the foot, right? And the fingers can become twisted. Instead of the toe straight, it becomes twisted, as the picture shows here. This is the result of using these high heels. And so these are the little simple tips we need to take it, right? And really, the worth of the person does not depend on the height. It all depends how high we think, not how high we look. All right, good. Then, 4th tip would be create self-confidence. Solve small, solvable problems at the earliest, and that will give you confidence. Instead of accumulating small, little problems also to solve later. If something can be solved, solve it immediately, so that it can give us a self-worth and confidence to deal with other problems. There will always be people, situations beyond your control. We need to learn that, and we need to learn to be flexible. We cannot put everything straight and right immediately overnight. No, everything takes its own time. So that flexibility is important. Learn to roll with the waves. That's why it's a beautiful prayer. We must change what can be changed, and we must accept what cannot be changed. But we must have the serenity to know the difference between these two. I repeat, we must be able to change what can be changed and to accept what cannot be changed, but we must have the serenity to know the difference between these two. And then, what determines our life? I think the other day also I asked you, not so much what happens to us. Oftentimes we think, what happens to us determines my life. The way I have been born, or the place I am born, the husband, the wife I got, or the children, or the parents, or the society. These things determine my life, we think. But actually, what we do with what happens to us, that is what determines our life. For example, this man is born without 2 hands, and he is repairing the cycle with the 2 legs. Now, without 2 hands, he would have easily said, okay, this is the end of my life. But he is determined to have his own livelihood and to live with self-confidence. Okay? So, similarly, an example to show how events don't cause stress, but how we react to it. The figure that you see, it is actually a girl from India, from Punjab. She is studying in Ohio University. When she was in some supermarket, a fellow clicked the picture and put in the Facebook, and here is a girl with a beard. You can see some beard and mustache, and not ridiculing her. And she happened to know that, and she replied to that boy, it is the same girl where you click the photo. Yes, I have some hormone problems. I am trying to deal with that. But next time when you click my picture, you tell me I can give you a good pose, right? Now this is a way how she handled the situation. Whereas if you and I were in her position, we would have thought, oh my God, now everybody will speak ill about me, they will start ridiculing, making fun of me, I will not go to the college, and what will happen, etc., etc., etc. But this lady, this girl took it well, and what happened to her did not determine, but what she is doing to what happened to her, that has determined her life. Yes? Yeah, next. This is an explanation of that. Next. Okay, the 5th tip would be developing a positive attitude. Again, it's very, very important in our life. Think positively about yourself and surrounding yourself with positive and inspiring people. The circumstances naturally modify, motivate us. If you are always with the people who are with long face, then we also will become people with long face. Watch what you are thinking, because thoughts determine our words, and words determine our actions. Actions determine our habits, habits determine our character, and character determines our destiny. So all our destiny is depending upon going back to the thoughts. Yeah, thank you. Expect the best. Of course, we all have the right to expect the best, but be prepared for the worst. Right? You must have come with a great expectation of my talk, but be prepared for the worst also. Right? Then you will not be under stress. Suppose we had come, especially our new friends, they had come with great expectation, and if I am not fulfilling their expectation, we will be under stress. So expect the best, we have the right, but we must have the wisdom to be prepared for the worst. At the most, what will happen? Now Fulton Sheen, great bishop in the USA, great orator, he had to undergo some important surgery, severe surgery, and he was in the hospital. Someone asked him, Bishop, are you not anxious? Are you not tense? He said, no, why? Suppose the bishop said, I need not be anxious because two things can happen at the end of my surgery. I may die or I may live. If I die, I will be with God. If I am alive, God will be with me. See, beautiful spirituality. At the end of the surgery, two things can happen. I may die or I may live. If I die, I will be with God, and if I am alive, God will be with me. So the net result is the same. So why should I be anxious? So this is a way we need to develop a sort of a balanced attitude. Do you always stammer? You know the stammering problem. A young fellow boy had this stammering problem. Someone asked him, do you always stammer? And he said, no, only when I speak I stammer. Yes. Why to consider yourself to be very special so that no calamity or misfortune must touch you? Now we always think, oh, anything should happen, should not happen. Now why do we think that we are so special? If anything can happen to anybody, same thing can happen to me also. So that gives a psychological stamina. Even if something happens to me, I am in a better position to deal with that. If I am always telling myself, oh, that should not happen, this should not happen, and if it happens, then that will be taken up, that will take us by surprise. So let us be prepared. It's not that we should be pessimistic. What I'm saying is that we must be optimistic with life. At the same time, be prepared. If something happens, I have the capacity to deal with that. Again, as I said in the beginning, an event in itself cannot give stress, but how we deal with that stress. Okay? If I am confident that I have the enough resources to handle with that situation, then there is no stress. Positive attitude. No? Whether the glass is half full or half empty, it all depends how we look at it. Again, what matters most is how you see yourself. The cat must be really clever, right? Yes. Then 6.1, use of common sense. This is a sixth tip to deal with the stress. Very essential for daily life, also for science, common sense. The real tactics in life is to know how far we can go too far. No, Einstein said actually this one. I think so. And suppose since you all appeal to be listening to me very nice, interestingly, enthusiastically, etc., I cannot go on talking, you see. I must know how far I can go too far. So in any situation in life, all the circumstances, if you ask yourself, is it okay for me to go to this extent? Then we can tell ourselves, oh, no, this is not good, let's come back. So how far we can go too far is the real tactics in life. It will help us to be more realistic in life, and that solves many problems of stress. Otherwise unnecessarily we have too many expectations about ourselves, about our family members, about my boss, or about my job situations. How far we can go too far, we must be aware. When the mind is troubled or preoccupied, we cannot see even simple things in life. Sometimes we keep the specks on the head and we are searching for the specks everywhere, right? When we are under stress, we cannot see simple things. When carried away by the sway of worries and stress, we cannot discern correctly. That's why when you are in tension, when you are in anger, don't decide anything. Suppose when you are in anger, you are writing a very letter now with all full of angers, and we say nasty letter. You can write the letter, but don't post it. You wait for 2 days. Then when you read it in a very better, calm situation, you say, oh, this is too much. Let me not post it. Then we'll tear it out. So to just give a vent of anger, you write it. You can type the mail these days, but don't click the send button. It will be saved in the draft. You see after 2 days whether to send it or not, and 99% will decide not to send it. Okay? Because now you are in a better position to understand, okay, perhaps this is the situation that might have caused him or her to say this, to do this way. Let me take another way to deal with that instead of reacting in an angry way, etc. Okay? Right. And common sense, lack of common sense. Isaac Newton had a small cage and a cat, and after some time the cat gave birth to a kitten, small one, And then he was thinking, now there is only one big door, how is the small cat can come out? Then he made another small gate for the small cat. So such a great mind did not realize the small cat also can come to the bigger door, isn't it? Are you getting or not? I think you must check with Newton, I think. Okay, Isaac Newton. So this is lack of common sense. Common sense is not so common. One bird the other side of the road is asking, can you tell me how to get the other side of the road? And this bird is replying, you are already there, you fool. Okay? Oftentimes we answer like that without understanding the question. A little bit of common sense is necessary. Common sense is not so common. That's why we have to wonder why they gave the name common sense. See this board? Caution. Water on road during rain. Do we need any board like this? Common sense. The cat has put its head into the small glass and not able to come out of it. And working hours. Monday, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. And Tuesday to Sunday, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Yes. I did not explain here. Common sense. Again, how the cycle is locked. You see? One can easily lift the cycle and go away with the lock also. And that person might have thought, okay, my cycle is safe. Oftentimes we have done like this, RAP common sense. We have buried common sense once and for all, and that's why lots of problems in our lives. So having common sense is one way to deal with stress, yes? Seventh would be get enough sleep. No, we don't know the value of sleep. And the sleep is very, very essential. It's actually a medicine, we need to say. When we sleep, we get lots of rest for our brain and the whole metabolism. The importance of sleep, of course, at the right place. Okay? We need to know when to sleep, where to sleep, not while driving the car. And normally 7 to 8 hours of sleep at night, of course, depends on our age. Best time is between 10 to 4 a.m. Okay? And sleeping in the daytime will not totally replace the night sleep. Because when we have the sleep at night, at several stages there are several things happening in our metabolism in the body. And when we sleep, we think that we are quiet, we are not doing anything. Actually, our body is working quite a lot inside. Only we are just quiet, and the digestive system, the secretion of enzymes and hormones, and the blood flow, all these things are going on in the body. A well-rested person is more alert and quick thinking and less irritable and tense. It's again our life experiences. When we don't have sleep the previous night, we know how difficult the day is and how difficult for the others to deal with us. We become really irritable, easily irritable. Then eighth tip would be talk with a trusted person. Talking with someone trustworthy reduces stress. Sharing with feelings with a trusted person, friend, family member, psychiatrist or clergy, and less secrets, less stress of being revealed. You know, less secrets, less stress. We have more secrets in life, more stress. Okay, when, who, how they will find out, no? All these problems. That's why the one who is telling lies must have a good memory power. Because he should know where, what he told to whom, when, how. If I always speak the truth, I need not worry about my memory power, right? If I speak the lies, have good memory power. Otherwise, don't try. And of course, your wife will always be able to find out from the very way you look at it, no? Okay, they have some extra sensitive perception. About those things, maybe some other occasion. Okay, participating in a support group with others who have experienced similar situations or events, maybe recovering from alcohol addiction or drug addiction. The support group always helps us to come out of the stress. Next. The ninth would be remember to laugh. Now, laughter is not a laughing matter. Laughter is a serious matter. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. I say laughter a day keeps the nurses close by. Right? Because when you are laughing, when you are a smiling, joyful person, everybody likes to be with you in your company. Because the laughter, the sense of humor, sense of positive vibrations, everybody wants to be in your company, and that gives more sense of satisfaction, sense of joy, self-acceptance, etc. On the other hand, if you are with a long person, nobody will be with you. And you are already feeling isolated, and the long face makes you more isolated. That's why I always say, don't make your face longer than what God has made it already. Alright? Some of us by nature may have long face, but don't make it longer. Okay. The laughter releases chemicals into the brain that promote relaxation. People who are able to find humor in life, they are happier, more productive, they live longer and healthier. And these are the very good effects of the ability to laugh and the sense of humor. Now wear a smile and talk to yourself standing in front of a mirror. How many of us have talked to our own self standing in the mirror? No? When you talk to yourself in the standing in front of a mirror, a lot of things will come. You think that you are great, and other people might think you to be great, but that's not the truth. You know the truth, but why do you want to hide it? All kinds of things will come, and very often that is the reason we avoid talking to ourselves, as we are going to say in the silence.